Do you ever feel discontent with your job or your career? And perhaps it started out great, but after a while, you just lose your passion for it. So let me show you an optical illusion that might actually help you to understand why this happens to most people and how this illusion can serve as a metaphor to prevent you from having job dissatisfaction. So try staring at this small black cross in the middle of this screen. And you'll notice that the colours around the edge start to fade and disappear. Now, this isn't actually happening. Your mind is causing the colours to vanish. You'll see them popping back in every now and again. It's because you're aware of what's happening and you keep checking into it, which is good. And in this example, you're intentionally focusing your mind on the black spot, and it sees all the colours and it thinks these don't match what you're actually searching for. So to help you, it begins to disregard the colours and wants to prioritise the black. So it then moves the colours aside to bring in the predominant white background to the forefront as it tries to help you to find more of what you're focused on, which in this case, you're focused on the black. So it's starting to look for black and it's bringing in the white background, moving all the colours out of the way to try and bring in more of what you're looking for. Now, it's not going to find any more black, but it's just going to keep doing this until it does. You may have heard this concept expressed in a different way when someone says, you know what, you're looking at life through rose-coloured glasses. And yes, maybe you are looking at life through rose-coloured glasses, but if rose-coloured glasses are worn intentionally, it can significantly enhance your job satisfaction and your productivity. So let's simplify this. Let's call this concept that you're doing here now with these colours, this little black cross, let's refer it to as filling in. We'll call it filling in. That's what it is called. It's called perceptual fill in. So envision that you're asking your mind to search for something and it's working diligently in the background to clear any obstacles out of the way. And the key question is, what are you focusing on when you have a problem? Are you constantly focused on what makes you feel better or what makes you feel worse? This cognitive mechanism is known as perceptual filling in, and it can be used both in a beneficial way and a destructive way. So when you dwell on what you don't like about your career, your mind attempts to fill in the background with additional issues, possibly leading to an increased dislike in your job each day and every day that you do it. And it's a very difficult process when you're caught up in it and you don't know. It can actually destroy a company, a very successful company. If you perceive your life or your job as a problem, your mind will likely help you in the background and it will start to fill in the background with more problems related to your thoughts and the way you're stuck in thinking. Even when you're talking about your problems and getting help about your problems, sometimes that can be counterproductive. It can be very unhelpful because, again, it's what you're focused on. Your mind starts to perceive in the background stuff that's related to that, to look for evidence why you're thinking about that and how it relates to what you're doing in your day. So imagine that little black cross. If that represents a problem in your life, a problem that you're focused on, while all the surrounding colours could represent things that could assist you or improve your mood. And they're all there. It's not that they're not there. It's just when you're in that mood, you just can't see the solutions because your mind is problem focused and not solution focused. Now, notice as you focus on the black cross, how the helpful colours that could be helpful, that if they represent the solutions in your life or the good things in your life, the important things in your life, how the helpful colours seem to dissolve and disappear. If this happens when you're thinking about your career in a negative way, it can seem like everything is bad. But don't despair. If you become aware of this process, you can stop it. And you can stop it taking it personally and thinking that there's something wrong with you and start to figure out how you can change the process instead of blaming yourself. So this concept might explain why you may know some people that see the world and the world has bad things in it. They see life as bad, while others perceive the world as mostly good. And it's not a conscious process, but it is a sophisticated one. And your mind uses this process to make sense of what's going on in your life. So if you're thinking about something, it's using all the information around you to make sense of what's going on. And usually if you're focused on something negative, it's just pulling in more of that stuff. That's just how it works in most cases, not all cases, but the majority of cases. And once you understand the concept, you'll realize the power of your focus. And your mind is doing its best to find more of what you're focusing on. That's what it's there for, Therefore, it's crucial for you to be able to direct your focus on consciously and on purpose. For instance, if you find yourself dwelling on what you don't love about your career, then consciously just try your best to shift your focus to the aspects of your job that you do enjoy. This shift will improve your mood, and it'll prompt you to start to look for more positive aspects of your job as well. Once you get the momentum on, it starts to kind of feed on itself. When you do this intentionally, your mind will start to fill in the background with more positive information and more positive aspects of your career that you might have overlooked due to you focusing on the negatives. So here's some actionable advice that you can take if you want to try and do this on purpose. Just keep it simple. Be mindful of the perceptual filling in process. It is a real thing and it applies to everything in life. And practice focusing on aspects of your job that you do enjoy rather than those that you don't. When you find yourself focusing on negative aspects of your career, return to the basics, reset your attention, and practice refocusing on something that you do like. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very unfamiliar for most people, but just keep doing it. And just like you did when you first started enjoying your work, maybe you had the job when you started, it was fine, and then you started to dislike it. So you're just bringing yourself back to what you were already doing. Remember, this is a natural process and it's designed by nature to protect you. And if it's used intentionally, it can serve as a powerful tool to improve your job satisfaction. So I hope these tips help you to enjoy your career a little bit more.